You saw that clown yesterday on the Statue of Liberty? You see the guys that went up there? I wouldn't have done it. I would have said, let's get some nets and let's wait till she comes down. Just get some nets.
I think that would have actually worked. And a short time ago, the president took another shot at Democrats on the abolish ICE issue, tweeting, quote, "Every day the brave men and women of ICE are liberating communities from savage gangs like MS-13. We will not stand for these vile Democratic smears in law enforcement. We will always stand proudly with the brave heroes of ICE and Border Patrol." Joining us now with reaction, author of the upcoming book, Mad Politics, Keeping Your Sanity in a World Gone Crazy, member of the Donald J. Trump for President 2020 Media Advisory Board, Gina Loudon, and also with us, joining us in studio here in New York, Catalina Magazine publisher Cathy Areu. Cathy, I want to ask you first.
Okay.
Do the Democrats, do they think they're scoring points with the American people by instituting this resistance movement, climbing the Statue of Liberty on the 4th of July? Does that really move their agenda
Well,
forward?
are you talking the resistance movement, the march, the women's marches,
seem to be
the
all
marches,
one together.
the 700 marches? Yes, that is a good movement. But this fringe movement with the abolish ICE and what's going on there, no, Americans are not siding with that. That is not the Democratic Party.
But you have members of Congress introducing pieces of legislation to abolish ICE.
It's a fringe moment. It's a fringe movement. I don't see that as the face of the party. That's not what we're going to see in November. It's going to be more moderate in November. This is just at the moment. No. The marches are the reality.
And I don't see any harm. Marching is the American way. I think that's actually a healthy thing, and we should encourage more people to do them on both sides of the aisle.
Absolutely.
But Gina, we have been seeing people that have been out there abolish ICE. They don't want any borders. They got pieces of legislation saying they shouldn't even arrest people within 100 miles. Come into this country illegally, you get a free pass for 100 miles. Do you think that's resonating with the American people?
No, and I think that's why people like Cathy are trying to deny what's really going on here. But let me ask you this, Jason. Where is the outrage today for what happened on the 4th of July at our Statue of Liberty that impeded people who maybe had traveled all across the world and had one day to see the Statue of Liberty and they didn't get to, or the families that wanted to spend their Independence Day celebrating that way? Their days were ruined. Where's the outrage from the Democrats if they don't stand by? If they don't stand by what happened there yesterday?
Their day was not ruined.
If you wanted to go.
Oh my gosh, their day was enlightened. They were actually able to see
they evacuated.
What Trump is doing to America. Trump is dividing America, and they were able to see a perfect example.
Trump is uniting America, Cathy. You know it.
Their day was made.
A protester climbs the Statue of Liberty, and you think that was enlightening?
Absolutely. This is what America is. The whole world sees that we are divided.
I thought you said it was a fringe movement.
It's a fringe movement, but this is what Trump is causing. He's causing some people to lose.
He's not causing the fringe movement. He's trying to protect America.
Donald Trump is a fringe movement himself. He was a birther. He was part of a fringe movement. So now he's causing people to practically lose their minds, climb the Statue of Liberty, and show the rest of the world.
So it was Donald Trump's fault that this person...
Yeah, he's part of the birther movement. He started the birther movement, please. He's familiar with these fringe movements.
Gina.
Cathy, if I could just break in here.
Please.
Yeah. Ever since they have started this ridiculous immigration fight that everyone knows is a lie, and I'm going to explain why, the president's numbers with Hispanics has gone up 10 points. So you just can't make the argument that this is working. But here's why it's really wrong, because they're preying on the backs of children. Suppose the Democrats get their way, Jason, and they get to abolish ICE, and they get their way that when somebody crosses a border with a child and says they're their parent, that they're turned free in the United States and all is well, and they can go live happily ever after. You know what will happen? Every single criminal, MS-13 rapist, drug person who wants to bring drugs across the border is going to grab a child on his way over so that he can get into America.
Oh my gosh, MS-13 is American made. MS-13 is an American made product.
You haven't even considered the actual outcomes and the families that it will separate and the children that it will kill if you all get your way, because you don't take it to its logical end.
Cathy, do you support the abolishment of ICE?
Do I?
Yeah.
Absolutely not. We have terrorists in the world. No, ICE, one of my best friends from high school worked
So
at
when
the
you see the
patrol,
Democrats
Border
pushing
Patrol.
to dismantle ICE,
No, that's like the birther movement. I see that as a fringe. I don't see that as what the Democratic
but then
Party
you
represents.
support the person who's climbing the Statue of Liberty
I support
in
a
the
person
name of that.
exercising her freedom. She's exercising.
She's not free. She's breaking the law.
She's showing what this Trump moment is causing
She's
in America.
breaking the law.
She's showing.
She shut down the whole place. People
Well,
pay money, take time, then they're going to go travel
and they are
tour.
they're seeing exactly what the Trump
No, they see somebody
administration
breaking the
has
law.
caused some people
No,
to do.
they're seeing how radically left and socialist the Democrats are right now, and Americans, including blacks and Hispanics, are walking away in droves, and
No,
that's why
I'm
Republicans are
Hispanic,
going
and
to
I'm
take the
standing here
midterms,
strong, so I'm
and they're going to take the
Hispanic. No.
2020 election as well.
No, you definitely don't speak for all Hispanics. I'm sitting here strong.
I
Listen.
didn't claim to speak for
Right,
all Hispanics.
yeah.
I'm just saying
No,
that the polls
they're not
suggest
running
that
away
their
in
numbers
droves. No.
have increased since the left has taken
No.
on this
Yeah.
very deceptive fight against
It's Trump's
children.
deceptive
and
fight against immigrants. It's not the Democrats.
Thank you so much for joining.
illegal immigrants,
Thank
and
so
you need to stop conflating legal and
Undocumented.
illegal
Thank you
immigrants. They're
both for
not the
joining us.
same.
Coming up, more of this special edition of Hannity. We'll be right back.